ladies and gentlemen, this is Carmine Sabia for Explain America, and former First Lady Melania Trump has made a decision that could be very consequential for the future of her husband and this country. Before we get started, please make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Those little things really help us out, and they help our channel continue to grow. I love First Lady Melania Trump, but we are at odds over this. We are in complete disagreement. First Lady, if you ever happen to watch this video, I love you, but this is a bad decision. In the race to be Trump's vice president, and we should know within the next 96 hours, I mean, we'll be into Monday at that point, who his vice presidential pick is going to be, but she's made a decision about who she wants it to be. And the person she wants is the absolute last person I want. And I like the guy. I think he's great. I think he's smart as a whip. I think he's talented. I think he could be president right now if he had the popularity. But he has, and I've told you this before, the personality of a wet rock. That man is Doug Burgum. And I made a Joe Biden right there. I made a mistake. I meant to say pet rock. But wet rock would work just fine. I didn't have to even correct myself. You wouldn't have known any better. I'm just kidding, guys. But he has the personality of a pet rock. Doug Burgum, that's Melania Trump's choice. That's who she wants. That's her favorite. Melania, come on. Come on. I mean, listen, I know you probably met him in person. Nice guy. Watched his interview today on Fox and Friends. I'm going to show you it right now. Very smart guy. Would absolutely take Kamala Harris to school in a debate. But so much of this is about showmanship, and I'm sorry for that. I am. If this was even 20 years ago, it wouldn't be the same, but it's not. So much of this is about showmanship, name brand value, and he doesn't have either one of those things. I want you, listen, if he's the nominee, if he's the pick, I will support him 100%, because Trump is meeting with all these people. He knows, who it's going to be, but I heard today Tim Scott's back in the mix, and that's coming from Trump's own mouth. Trump said the top four, today he said this, the top four are Tim Scott, Marco Rubio, Doug Burgum, and let me think about it. J.D. Vance. Took me a while to think about that. Oh, I'm Bidening all over this video, aren't I? So, yeah, out of those, I got to pick Tim Scott. You know that. If Tim Scott is, in fact, out of it, I got to pick Marco Rubio. J.D. Vance, to me, great guy, great future, great personality, great showmanship. A little too young. A little too young. And I think that could work against him with the voters. They're probably more inclined to vote for an older guy than a younger guy, just my opinion. But I want you to watch this report on Melania's decision here, and then let me know what you think in the comments.
Of course, America can't unsee what they saw in the debate, and they can't unsee what they saw in this press conference. And it's certainly there's confusion going on, but the bigger confusion is that he may be confused that he's actually capable of doing the job. But we know that he's surrounded by people that are co-conspirators in this thing. I mean, when I've been around across, I know he's in Michigan today. I've been in Michigan. I've been in Wisconsin. I've been in Minnesota. When you talk to people, if they haven't been watching your station, they're in shock because this has been hidden from them, almost an old Soviet-style thing, like, hey, our leader's fine, but no, actually he's not. And, of course, now you see media, you see the elites, you see Hollywood all turning on him. But it's kind of sad for America because they say, hey, they're worried about threats to democracy. Well, a big threat to democracy is when you don't have the media actually doing the reporting and holding an administration accountable. And they've all been complicit. They've all been co-conspirators. And that's why President Trump is going to go on and win this election.
I talked to him on the radio, and he did say, he said, Brian, I don't care who it is. It's the policies that are the problem. It's not Biden. I do think he's better off running against Joe Biden. But the New York Post thinks President Trump would be best running with you. This is the lead editorial today. Doug Burgum is Trump's best VP choice to cement historic legacy. And they just talk about your rich background and the synergy you two seem to have. Do you think the New York Post is right on this or wrong?
Well, that's the easiest question I've had in a year, but I think they're absolutely right, because President Trump does have an opportunity to really establish a historic legacy. He's someone who was so successful in business as an executive, and then as the executive leading our country, he was so successful, and voters remember that. He's got a chance now to come back with that seasoned experience. We've never in our lifetime had a chance to elect someone like this, who's had that kind of success. And what he's done with the Republican platform is also historic. It's lost. He won this rocky knockout in the debate, but then buried behind all that stuff, he's got the Republican Party more united than they've ever been. Going into this convention next week, everybody's aligned. The platform is about things that every American cares about: making America affordable, making it safe, making it strong. It's inspirational. If you read, it's the only platform probably in any of our lifetimes that you've actually been able to read and understand. And so when you talk about policies,
he simplified it.
It's simplified, but when you go out and talk to Americans that are voting, I mean, his coalition is actually people who have a paycheck. That's the coalition. It's no longer the identity politics of this group or that group. If you work and you've got a paycheck, you're going to be voting for President Trump.